Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, who is still punishing me for having to take off time to take care of my sick family members. So thank you guys so much. You are absolutely amazing. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, I love it. You show up. And then we have the Two of Swords, which just fell right out. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, angels. Okay. The World reversed, the Moon, and the Eight of Cups. So you have the World and the Moon reverse. This is also Pisces energy, so be mindful if you have Pisces in your chart. If you have Pisces in your life, this can be rather hard energy to get on with. So if this is in your chart, you can find this part of your personality to be a little bit difficult, to say the least, during this time. So do be mindful about this. If you have Leo anywhere else in your chart, this is going to come through very positively. So not just your sun. So just be aware of this as well. You're going to see with the Two of Swords that you're really embracing a new path. You're looking at things and you always saw things as so black and white. It had to be like this or it had to be like that. And you're going to see that there's a new way leading you forward, new ideas coming to you. Now, with the Strength card, you are very much embracing yourself. You're seeing your strengths, you're seeing your weaknesses, you're knowing you quite well, and you're being very self-aware, which is a really great thing here, Leo. Oh, and we're doing something a little bit different, well, me in spirit, and we have the astrology readings in a completely separate video. So if you're interested in the astrology of this new moon in Aquarius, check out the astrology video, which will be linked in the description box below. So here we're moving forward with tenacity. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is not surprising for this time that we have vampiric energy coming in, this sense of blockage, this sense of, being drained. We can be really kind of like, turtling, like going in on ourselves and just kind of like pulling back from the world. But we can also be giving too much or pulling too much away from things. So just be aware of this during this time. With the Five of Swords, there is a sense of facing battles that you have faced before. It's like, yes, it's one more time. Like it's one more time getting up, facing these battles, facing these chaoses. And it's not being apologetic for your win. So do be aware of this, that you're facing something that was vampirically very draining on you. Do not apologize for your win. You have tremendous strength moving you forward. You're stronger than you think you are. And you're moving into the universe. And it's not about moving into the big wide world. It's about really embracing the small universe within you. And it's saying, this is me, this is where I stand, and this is who I am. And this is the energy of the universe reversed. Now we're going to see with the moon reverse that we are facing a lot of fears, and fear can come forward very powerfully during this time, just kind of like be like a tidal wave and knock us down. So do be mindful about that. It's also water sign energy. Water can put out fire, of course. But fire can also boil off water, so just be aware. With the Eight of Cups, we're going to see ourselves moving forward and leaving something we once thought we would love. Remember, the Eight of Cups is as severe as a divorce. So we might be severing ourselves from a career or from a person or from a situation or even from an idea that we thought, oh, this will always be with me. And now it's like, no, it's not. And I'm really good with that. So being aware of this is going to be very important. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. And don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. I will not be contacting you that way. The winner will only be announced through the video that will be up on the 1st of March. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Oh, and if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. And also, we have by popular request, a mini reading up for a limited time. So if you're interested in purchasing a mini reading, check that out as well. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels. Oh, goodness. Angels and Spirit guides. Okay, this is mystical. It's embracing the mystical. It's sitting there and saying, what makes you feel connected to something greater? Is it popping in the Lord of the Rings DVDs and watching those, or streaming them, or, whatever it is that you do? Is it, sitting there and connecting and going on a hike? Is it a spiritual practice? What is it that connects you with the mystical? Because that's what we need to do during this time, Leo. We need to connect with that mystical energy, that beautiful energy that leads us forward. It moves us then to our energy, our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is abundance reverse. This is at the root chakra. At the root of us, we have this abundance that we need to tap into and say, I am an abundant being. I call forward abundance. So being mindful that there's a blockage around our abundance, meditating on our root chakra, connecting with our root chakra is going to be so important. Also knowing that we just need to see the mystical in the day to day. There is the mystical in a sunrise and in a sunset and in laughter and in love and in connection. So seeing that mystical is just going to be so important. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Four of Cups reverse. So we need to be mindful. We are going to get very I'm seeing like a horse with blinders on, right? We're going to get very focused, like only see things one certain way. And that's great. We can really get things done, but spirit is going to be pulling us in a different direction. It's like, hey, listen, look over here. And we're going to get really annoyed. It's like, why did you take me out of my total focus? Or why are you pulling me out of this to make me look at something that is completely nonsensical? We need to not think that we know better than spirit. We need to kind of like go with the flow of existence and say, okay, what's coming up now? Like, what's going on here? It doesn't mean that we don't have our tenacity. We don't move forward with our goals. We don't do what needs to be done. But it's like spirit is saying, be very mindful of getting so absolutely, just focused, just like almost obsessive about things during this time. Okay. Yeah. The repeat of the number 4, staying grounded within ourselves and taking care of the home of our soul, which is our bodies. That's going to be super important. The repeat of the number 8, where we begin and end with an 8 here. And that is the energy of hard work, tenacity, determination. We can be workaholics during this time very easily. So just be aware of that. We also have to be very mindful of our subconscious energy, which we can sit there and say, how am I supposed to be mindful of my subconscious? It's my subconscious. It's not my conscious. But here, spirit is saying to us, like, what are you feeling? What are you thinking when your mind wanders and you kind of like tune in to that mind wandering? And it's like, oh, wow, that's going to be really interesting. What's coming forward? We have to be mindful because that energy of our mind wandering is also a manifestation energy. It's like, okay, what are we focusing on? What are we connecting with? Who are we? Where do we want to be? The Two of Swords, again, is that sense of we had two paths. We thought it was A or it was B. And we were very strict on that notion and that understanding. And yet spirit is going to be like, there's so much more. Like, there's so much more. Take the path you didn't think you would, or take the stream and see what happens. Move forward in this energy, move forward in this way. You'll be surprised. It leads us to the strength card. It leads us to a connection with our own energy, a showing up for ourselves, a stepping into our energy, our soul, our spirit. It's like, okay, I see me. I see me. And that's for the first time in a really long time, Leo. I see myself. And we're going to see that we're going to have allies in the most unlikely of places. Now, we might move forward in things and be like, oh, well, I thought it was supposed to be a certain way. And that's why spirit is saying, like, get your blinders off. It's going to happen in ways that we hadn't anticipated, we hadn't thought, we hadn't imagined. And it's going to lead us forward to so much more than we thought it could. So just know that you're going to have allies during this time that you didn't think were going to be, people who help you along the way that you may never know the name of, but it just give you that boost, that spark, that tenacity, that brilliance. It moves us then to the Four of Pentacles. We have to be very mindful of vampiric energy during this time, the energy that drains us, the energy that makes us feel like we need to hide away from the world, the energy that makes us think, I can't. And spirit's like, of course you can. Of course you can. So just be very aware of this during this time. Again, connecting with the root chakra, the color red is going to be very important during this time. It might be your favorite color. For some of you, it is. But there's a sense of it being a little bit triggering for one reason or another. It's like red, red, red. And it can be like you actually see red. Like you can get so angry at times. You know how people say like you see red, and that's an actual thing that happens. So here, just be mindful about this, because I'm just seeing the red, red, red come through. Or somebody who can get so angry they see red, and then it's like it's all done, or their ears turn red, or something to that effect. So just be aware of this during this time. There is a need to open up our chakra energy, to open up our Earth Star chakra, a connection with the earth, located 6 inches below our feet, our heart chakra, our solar plexus chakra, and also our crown chakra and our our soul star chakra, located 6 inches above our crown. So just being aware of that, knowing that our chakra energy isn't flowing as smoothly as we would like it to, and that is really hindering our abundance and really hindering the way that we're connecting with the world around us. And again, we can go deeper into this in the astrology if you want to. With the Five of Swords, you're going to be facing a battle you've faced before. I mean, that's just what the Five of Swords is. Now, I know people say the Five of Swords is not being very sporting about things. And yes, I mean, that's one way of seeing it. But remember, in medieval times, if you told somebody that, when you lost, you would have to be like, okay, here's, I mean, yes, there was a sense of nobleness to things, but you also lost. Like you could lose in a jousting match. You could lose your sword, your armor, your horse, your everything's. So there's a sense of not sitting there and being like, oh no, it's just fine. It's just fine. I didn't really win, or it doesn't really matter. It does, and you know that. So you're facing things that you faced before, and you're facing people that you have faced before, but you're not the same person that you once were. So don't you dare think that like, oh no, it's going to happen again. You're not. It's not. Well, okay. So it's not going in, especially facing somebody who is a vampiric energy person, who's draining and overwhelming and not really in control of their temper. This person you don't want to be in contact with by yourself at all, or even in contact with at all. So just be aware of this. But you're not the same person that you once were. You're stronger. You have more insight. You have more ideas. You're pushing the boundaries more and more. And you've seen yourself. You know yourself now better than you ever have. And it's not about everything else, and that's going to be kind of an energy that wants to distract you. There's almost an energy here of like, look here, look here, look here, look here. It's not about everything else, and it's not about the outside world. It's about the universe within yourself. It's about the world within you. And it's about connecting with what is sacred, is what is powerful, with what is you during this time. And it's almost like you're shutting out the rest of the world during this new moon, and from new moon to new moon, where you're seeing yourself more, you're understanding yourself more, you're stepping into your energy, and you're like, oh, this is me. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Oh, and it brings us to this place where the moon is reversed. Now, this is again Pisces energy reversed. We're facing our fears, but it's also a sense of like this moon makes us feel uncomfortable, and we're not exactly sure why. And it's because it's bringing up all these emotions that don't fit into nice little boxes. We're 8 in the major arcana. 8 likes order. 8 likes structure. 8 likes rules. And we might say, I'm a Leo. I like to be the spotlight. I like to break the rules. No, we like it when things work for us. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Who doesn't like it when things work for them? And that's what we're inclined to do. Is like we're inclined to step into the spotlight that works for us. And Spirit's like, that's what we need to do. But we also need to know that during this time we're facing our fears, we're going to be kind of knocked off our game in one way or another by energy that's trying to chop us down, hit us back, stop us from moving forward, that wants us to be what we once were, once upon a time, and doesn't take into account that we've grown and doesn't even want to know that. So being aware of this is super, super important. And it's not about everything else and everybody else. It's about a connection with ourselves. It's about a calming down, a slowing down. It's about a mindful living, which, I mean, sounds like, a catchphrase phrase and a postcard, right? Or a poster. Mindful living, something that you hang on your kitchen wall. And that looks pretty, but we don't really ever contemplate living mindfully, connecting our mind to our actions, to our being, and slowing it down. Our world is moving faster and faster and faster, and we can see it. People are breaking and breaking and breaking. Why? Because we're not meant to move this fast. We're not. We need to slow it down. And we need to connect with us again. As a human race, as a species that are animals, like we're animals as much as we don't want to think that. And we need to be kind to ourselves. And we need to face our fears during this time. We can have a chant. I've been doing this, meditating on, I release all fears, body, mind, and spirit. I release all fears, body, mind, and spirit. I release all fears from my body, mind, and spirit. And just embracing that energy, having that mantra. And we can say, oh, that's a bunch of malarkey when we first start. And then as we go deeper and deeper into it, see where that takes you. See where that takes you. And it brings us then to a walking away from what we once thought we would love. It can be a faster world, right? More and more and more and more and more. When we're never satiated, it's never enough. It can be that bad relationship. It can be that bad job. It can be that thing that just isn't right. It might be great. That might not be bad for somebody else, but for you, not right. And we're going to see ourselves during this time walking away from mindsets that aren't right for us, from a lot of things that just, they're not right for us. And it's like, oh, but I thought I was supposed to make it work. I thought I was supposed to make it right. And it's like, no, I was supposed to realize that that's not my path. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Yeah, tricky moon, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Yeah, tricky moon. Okay, I know everything is reversed and we're not happy about that, but it's not bad. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So we have here sovereignty. Here it is the Queen of the Moon. And that's what this deck is called. This deck right here is called the Queen of the Moon deck. We're going to see paths opening up. It says adjustments are required. They just are. And we're having a hard time finding our sovereignty, finding our authenticity of self, our determination of where we want to be, our embrace of our own power, of our own desire, of what we want within our life. And this moon can make us question. We can think, wow, I had a really firmer grip before this moon came in, before the stars aligned in their astrological way. And I saw. And Spirit's like, embrace your sovereignty, embrace yourself, embrace seeing you. Emotions are running high. Not really, but we're not really feeling as wise. We can feel determined. We can feel focused. We can also feel a little bit numbed by everything that's going on. So having ourselves step into our emotions and saying, it's all right to feel, right? Feel, embrace, see what happens. Wisdom comes through living. You're not just automatically wise. You're wise because you have lived. And that's what we need to understand. Some people are never wise. I mean, some people have lived and they are never wise. They never learn. So understanding that our emotions run high and that there's a sense that our emotions should be running higher than they actually are, and embracing a sense of calm, because there's almost a sense of numbness around things. Like I don't really want to fully feel because it's going to be too much. So just knowing that there's a numbness here that needs to be addressed, and that we need to step into our emotions. We might need to step into our emotions slowly, with a therapist or a trained professional, but we need to step into our emotions. That's going to be very important. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. We need to reflect. We're not going to want to. Self-reflection isn't going to be our thing, but luck is on our side. Take advantage of this luck. Take advantage of starting to see the vampiric energy that is around us. Reflect how we've been held back in certain ways, in one way or another, and take aim towards what we truly want and what we truly desire. The energy is gaining momentum. It is, and we can feel it. We're not sure about our path, but we're going to see it. We're going to have a battle during this time, during this moon, from new moon to new moon, where it's like, you expect me to be who I once was, and I'm not. And that throws you. And now I'm claiming my power. Now I'm claiming myself. So the energy is gaining momentum. Our path, we didn't expect it to be the portal in the sky, right? Our path has turned topsy-turvy, and we're coming to terms with it. We're coming to terms with a hard pivot during this time, with a sense of like, things have changed. Things are changing. And I am stepping into this energy. And it moves us. The answers you need are coming. They are. We have to accept. We're going to find there are certain things during this time that are hard for us to accept, hard for us to come to terms with, but the answers are coming. We're looking at the universe within ourselves. We're connecting with the energy within us. Nothing will come of the situation, which seems a little bit harsh, but all of the fears that we have, like all the chaos that is stopping us from blooming, it's like it's not going to happen the way that we thought. Now, it doesn't mean that bad things won't come. This isn't like we're completely protected from all, harshness of the world. But it means that it is out of our control and to go with the flow, which might not sound very comforting to anybody. But a void of course happens multiple times throughout a lunar cycle. And it's like, okay, stuff happens. Stuff happens. And during a void of course, what you expect to happen will not happen. So take your expectations off the table and say, I'm just being, and I'm going to see where that takes me. It brings us then to hold to your vision, which seems like the exact opposite of what Spirit has just said. But hold to the vision of what you want in the world and be the realization that you are the key. But be the realization also during this time that you want to have an iron fist with everything. You want to make it go a certain way. It's just not going to. It's just not going to, Leo. We have to go with the flow a bit more, be a little bit more yielding, and realize that we are the key to so much. Our subconscious spirit message is beautiful. Surround yourself with beauty. Surround yourself with beauty. Surround yourself with everything that is beautiful. It's going to be so important. There's almost a sense of like beauty doesn't matter. It matters so much. It is so important. Our subconscious chakra message is dreams. And this is the third eye chakra. Embrace your dreams. We're not listening to our dreams. We're not listening to our daydreams. And Spirit is giving us so much information. It's like, embrace your dreams. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Princess of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if you're born on the cusp of of Virgo, do be mindful about this. This is childish energy around money. This could be somebody who spends ridiculously. This can be somebody who doesn't realize the value of things, right? And it's not just financial things. It's like the value of what you have. And this is saying also be mindful of falling into that energy trap of not realizing the gifts that we have in this world. Okay. Our subconscious tarot message is the Death card. This is Scorpio energy. This is the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. We are transforming. We are. And we're being led by Spirit in a direction that we didn't realize we needed to go. It moves us then to our subconscious Luna message. It is darkness, which is what a new moon is reversed. And it is time to release negativity, which is reversed. We aren't embracing the darkness, and we're not releasing the negativity from our lives. We're holding on to it. And Spirit's like, why? It's not serving you at all. Let it go. And that's going to be some of the hardest things to do during this time, is also to let go of the darkness within ourselves and let it go and let ourselves simply be and know that hurts and pains and chaos, it happens in this world. It does. Now, I'm not talking about the dark, heavy, see a professional type of stuff, because for that, you need to see a professional. But to know that there is hurt and pain in this world all the time, and for us not to be weighed down by, I want to say little bangs that we get in our existence and from existing, but sometimes they're not little. They are life experiences that can bend us in half, that can break us, that can, bring us to our knees, that just can absolutely like gobstop us and be like, what the heck has just happened? And the darkness builds up within us until we build walls around us. And we say, I'm not feeling in this world anymore. And Spirit's like, don't. It is time to release the negativity. And yet we're resisting that because it's our shield. But it's shielding us only from ourselves. And it's not doing us any good. Okay. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye. Oh, and have a blessed moon. Bye.